wanted to most likely have a conversation with somebody, or else you could have just gone to like some drive-through somewhere. And you also wanted to have a good cup of coffee, and we provide both of those things.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Tucker and the Beard, and we are here today at Campgrounds Tea and Coffee. We're here with our new friend Joe Duwack. He has got some amazing stuff here, and we kind of thought he had an amazing story. So we're gonna let him tell you that in just a minute while you watch some sweet footage of beautiful coffee going into beautiful cups.
Yes.
So let's do that, and then find out where you can go to get some of this amazing coffee.
So before we moved to Prescott, we traveled for about 4 years. Our boys chose to be homeschooled, and at that point we were at a stage in our careers where we could make travel happen. So we decided to sell everything we had. We were living in Tempe, Arizona at the time. Sold it all and took off. We cruised around the whole country. We hit a bunch of states and cruised up to Canada, and then we decided to jump overseas for a little while. The very last place we were at before we moved to Prescott was actually southern Vietnam. And we had been doing a Southeast Asia trip for about 7 months. Halfway through that trip was when our boys said that they loved the travel, but they were ready to move into something a little more settled in school. So when we toured around the country previous to that, we hadn't really found anywhere that felt like home, but Prescott kind of checked out. The courthouse area, the schools, the small town feel. I mean, it just kind of worked. So we showed up here in February of 2019 and made it home. So people ask me why coffee. You could trace it all the way back to when I first worked at Starbucks back in college. Loved doing the barista thing, but man, why would I return to that? And a big part of it is that we wanted to get involved in the community, and we thought doing something with food was going to kind of be our ticket for that. And food, legitimately fell through because we went to a food truck rally, and it was loud because of all the generators, and everybody had a window that was about this big that they had to look out of, and I thought, I can't connect with people through a tiny window. I need a big old window like I got here. So we looked up the laws and found out that as long as you don't do cooked food and you do coffee or something like that, you can have a big old window. So it turned into a coffee thing. I scrounged up my knowledge from Starbucks back in the day and decided I could make this work, and contacted a local roaster, and everything legit, like it seriously just kind of started there, and we just rolled with it. So now we're into coffee and community. So I think there's 2 reasons that make this a great place to come for coffee, and honestly they're kind of tied, but our first big one is the community that we want to help create and be a part of. And so you're most likely going to get a conversation with at least me, and possibly my 2 boys sitting on the end of the trailer, and my wife that kind of buzzes around every once in a while, and when she's not making the cookies. And we're just going to create this community, and I think it's that feeling that really helps people feel welcome into this space. Obviously, the second component of that is the coffee, and we've connected with a great local roaster. She roasts and sources just the most delicious coffee. And the way we brew it and the drinks that we've made and kind of come up with, I feel like are up-leveled. And when you combine that with a good conversation, I think you've got kind of the 2 things that you came for. You wanted to most likely have a conversation with somebody, or else you could have just gone to like some drive-through somewhere. And you also wanted to have a good cup of coffee, and we provide both of those things.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Joe. We really appreciate it. How can people get a hold of you?
The best ways are on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. Both of those will be Campgrounds Tea and Coffee, all one word. That's the handles that you can go to, and you'll find out as much information as you need to know.
Cool.
That sounds good to us. And yeah, come on down and get some really, really good tea and coffee.
Awesome. Thanks again, Joe. Thanks for letting us interrupt your workflow a little bit today. We're big fans. We've been here like every week for the past like month and a half.
Yes.
So yeah, check him out, and that's gonna do it for us. Until next time, he's Tucker,
Beard.
and he's Joe, and we're out.